Okay, so let's knock out this graphing of exponentials. And so there's a few different ways to approach this. This specific review says we need to create a table, we need to look at the asymptote, we need to graph. For me, it does help if I kind of just break this down a little bit before I get started. So I do want to notice here that this is 4 to a negative x. So you can either think of this negative as a reflection across the y-axis, or you can think of it as 1/4 to the positive x plus 4, and this would be more of thinking about it as a decay. So it depends on how your instructor taught you. That's how you can process it. In both cases, your key point on your parent function is 0, 1. Let's also talk about this plus 4 on the outside of the function. This is going to make it go up 4 units. It's also going to shift your asymptote. So when you're looking at just the basic graph here, you have 0, 1 is on the key point here. And again, depending on how you're looking at this, if you're looking at it as a growth with a reflection across the y-axis, or you're looking at it at decay, so you're going to find that the parent one for the decay will look something like this. Ours with our y equals 0 as your horizontal asymptote. However, in this particular example, we have a 4 units up. So you're moving your asymptote 4 units up, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. This becomes your new, let me switch colors. You have a new asymptote at y equals 4 again, so whatever unit in exponential that makes it shift up or down will be the new horizontal asymptote. That does answer my second question. But my point also goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my key point that was at 0, 1 will now be at 0, 5. And you'll still have your basic shape. As far as the table is concerned, of course, you could plug in values here and you can do the math. So, or you could utilize your calculator and get your table from your calculator. So here I've put it in. Go ahead and look at the graph and see if my rough sketch matches my image. It does. Do you see the asymptote? And then, of course, you could always go second table, get some key points. Let's make sure my key point of 0, 5 is there. It is, so that's a good sign. And so, of course, when you're building your table, you could see it like this, or you could see a table where f of x, where it's horizontally. They both say the same thing. So we could put some key points here. So we have -2 would give me 20. -2 would give me 20. You have -1 would give me 8. 0 would give me 5. You get the idea. -1 would give me 8. 0 would give me 5. So you get the idea. So not only did we do a rough sketch with my asymptote being acknowledged, we also built our table utilizing our calculator, or you could always do it manually where you put in a value in, do your calculations, and get an output. Let's look at B. Still exponential. How do I know it's exponential? My variable is trapped in the exponent. Let's talk about transformations here. This 4 is on the outside, so again, we're going to get that going up 4 units. This 2 is considered on the inside, and it's going to make it go opposite of what you would think, so it's going to go to the positive realm 2 units. Again, my key point on my parent one is still 0, 1, so we're going to do these transformations utilizing that. Again, emphasize the same thing with my asymptote. My original one has asymptote at y equals 0, just like we had over here. But now this one, again, is going to go up 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This becomes my new horizontal asymptote again at y equals 4 is my horizontal asymptote. The only thing that's different now is my key point of 0, 1 is going to go up 4 units again, but now it also shifts to the left 2 units. So my key point that was at 0, 1 will now be at 2, 5, 2, 5. And we have a growth, not a decay in this problem. How do I know the difference? Because negative exponent, variable over here. And so here we don't have that case with our x. The negative is not on front of the x. So it's a growth, and so that means it goes something like this. Again, I can put this in my calculator and get some key points. Really, you could just start filling it out. -2 goes with 4.00. You get the idea. See how it's -2 would get me right on really, really close to that 4. Remember, that was my asymptote. You have -1 would get me also really, really close. 0 would give me, again, really, really close. And then we have 1 would give me 4.2. 2 would give me 5. 3 would give me 9, and you get the idea. So hope this helps. Again, we answered our question. We have a table, we have our asymptote, and of course we have our rough sketch.